My name is Philip Henderson. For as long as I could remember, I've been fascinated with the spirit world. The only true reality of life is death. Death comes to all. Astral dwellers, elemental ones, extraterrestrials, multi-dimensional travellers. All this I've summed up to mean the XRealm. Come with me into the XRealm projects, where I'll show you real people and how they interact with the XRealm.
So one of the things we had happen was a shelf with some knits on it totally flipped upside down, and the knits that were sitting on that shelf were underneath it. And there was a cap about 2 metres out from the cap stand, like on the floor. So it was as if it had flown out from the wall, because I don't know how else it would have got there. Like, we'd tidy the watches in the cabinet the night before, and then the next morning we'd come in and they'd be moved, so just crooked. So we always have them in a straight line and they'd just be out of place.
In episode 2, Main Street Spirits, we investigated a shop. The shop that we investigated then is right next door to this shop. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm about to go through this area with the spirit box and just see what's here. Is there any spirits here? I want you to come close to me. To the children. To the busy workers here. The spirits that are in this building, I want you to come close to me and communicate. What do you sell here? Where are the children? Yeah, you need to want to play a game. You want to play hide and seek? Now, I don't know if it was a bit of psychosomatic happening in my head, but I think I just saw a face looking behind this window. Just here. It peeked around the corner. Yeah. Can you peek around? Will you play hide and seek with me? 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 Who was it that I just saw? Where are you hiding? So what I might do now is I'll go and get the SLS camera and just walk through the same space. I'm really hoping to pick up on that face I saw there. If you get a stick figure in that area, that would be awesome. Okay, I'm just going to do an SLS sweep of the area. That's mapping you out. I'll stick the camera through the window where I saw that. I swear I saw a face. We've got something there. That's where I saw a face. Okay, that's pretty awesome. I'll go in there and hopefully, looking inside out, we capture the same thing. Bit of a mangled looking skeleton though. Mind you, there is. Alright, I'll go in this area. Please show yourself to me. Please show yourself to me. You made my day if I can see you again. Nothing's being shown. Now we do have a bit of racks here. I can't see that actually resembling shoulders and legs. I did have something back there, and I'll show you that when I merge the video. I feel quite uneasy around my shoulders for some reason, it tightens. Wow, I feel like I've been hit in the arm with. I've got a dead arm. I don't want you causing any discomfort to me, okay? Yeah, you there, come back. Where was that? There's something in this room. It's affecting my arm, I believe. And maybe it's doing that because it knows that it showed itself to me. Okay, that's weird. I'm not feeling nausea or anything. Just a sore arm. Alright, going back out now. Why don't you move on? You know there's better places than this. Or do you? Okay, I've got a skeleton there. If that is you, I want you to... This figure is doing. It's acting quite bizarre. In that corner there is nothing that resembles anatomical. Over there's nothing that would resemble that. Okay, it's gone now. I pointed my finger in that direction and it disappeared. Maybe it was aware I could see it. Can you please come back and show yourself? Please show yourself more. Come back. Be free from your pain. Okay, I'm not getting that skeleton mapping again. Just come back here. Sort of retrace the same way I walked in. Alright, we might have captured a spirit on the SLS camera there. Okay, it's back. All sorts of weird stuff. Very deformed. Okay, I'm going to point to it and see if it disappears. Ooh, it disappeared. Okay, that's pretty cool.
I put out some trigger objects, hoping to attract the kids. I put them in a tray of flour and also a plasma ball, which charges the air. The theory is that spirits can use its energy. I went to the shop nice and early, just when it opened. One of the women that worked there showed me a handprint that was on the mirror. She said that she had cleaned the shop before closing, and it was there when she arrived.
All right, well, we're doing a walkthrough investigation of this place. I didn't tell Dan where we're going, sort of sprung it on him today. So you're picking up on a he?
Yeah, I'm picking up on male now in this area here. Nothing there yet, but here. So he has been seen in here. People have seen him. Yeah, been here a long time.
Okay.
Been here a while. But it's not a negative energy down here anyway. But this is his space. There's someone else up in there, but I'm picking up on him the most here.
All right, Dan, I want you to have a look at this cabinet of watches. The watches have been...
This is not the original cabinet. So this is where a cabinet was in the old store. The female that is moving things around in here is tied in her cabinet. But it's like as though this cabinet is superimposed on the old cabinet. Does that make sense?
Okay.
She's serving customers, but they're dead as well.
Wow.
And she moves things around because they're out of sync where her things are. Like her talcum powders and perfumes and things like that. And compounds.
So this female conspirator can see these watches?
Oh yeah, and she's moving them.
Okay, so she's intelligent, she's not residual.
No, she's not residual.
Yeah,
She
okay.
works here. And she's been working here for a long time.
So a female energy up here and a
Yep,
male
the
energy
male
down the back.
Down here. He's a compounding chemist down there. He's doing compounds down there, making things up.
Okay,
War and pestle.
very
Great.
interesting. Okay, we're going to go upstairs now.
Right, upstairs.
Watch this there. How's the vibe, Dan?
Interesting. In the rooms up here.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go, alright. Whoa. There's two children here. There's a boy and a girl. They're down in the rooms further down the hall. They don't come into this space very often. It's not aggressive.
Okay.
It's not aggressive. More curious as to why people are in the house upstairs here.
And that's the young ones, the two young ones that are...
No, that's a male. I'm picking up on a male energy now. The children are up and down the hallways.
Okay.
The male is 3 rooms down. So the male's quite strong.
Is that the same male as downstairs?
No, it's a different male to downstairs.
Okay, so we've got separate spirits
separate
downstairs
spirits
to
up here?
upstairs.
Yeah. The male who's up here was an older man. It's not young. 50 plus. I'm not sure of the connection between him and downstairs. The guy that's downstairs, but I think there may be a connection between the two. I don't know whether it's from family or it was an uncle or something. There was sickness up here. Like a debilitating sickness. Long term.
That the elderly man had.
I suspect it was him because
Okay.
that's the energy I'm tuning into.
Okay.
But he didn't come into this room very often.
Is there anything that's grounding him here, like
No.
an object?
He just loves the place.
All right. How about the kids? Any object here?
No, they just love the place.
Okay.
It's a very serene place to live in.
Well, that's good to hear for the
Yeah.
people who
It's
are
very.
here.
It's actually peaceful when you're up here at night or any time. It's very peaceful. Next door, not so much.
Okay, and we are going next door shortly.
Can we just go back down?
Of course.
I'm just picking up on something else. It's like it was emphysema, hard breathing, or asthma. But it's a breathing difficulty that he's got.
Okay.
Very tight in the chest. And it was a long-term condition for him. But he was a very loved man, whoever he was.
Okay. If you ever, if you definitely, Dan, if you pick up a name, let us know.
I'm not going to remember. What was this room?
Like a
could only turn back time.
He was a smoker.
Can you smell the smoke?
Yeah, you can smell pipe.
Pipe.
Pipe tobacco.
So that opens up.
They just like that. A light well for the building. What's in this room? It's a lovely space. There's a sense of fun and there's a sense of interested or interactive interest, if I can call it that. I think that the older guy was in that space a lot.
Okay.
And the kids were here.
In this actual room?
In this room.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling them in here. They're very playful. Good senses of humour. They just don't know that they're dead.
Mm. Do you mind being on camera?
That's fine.
How do you find it in here?
We've got feelings a few times. I actually couldn't breathe a couple of times properly, and I said to Mel, I feel really tight in the chest, and then other times I've had my hair pulled, and I felt like someone touched me on the back, and yeah, it was been very strange.
Okay, that's a dare thing.
Yeah.
The girl is daring the boy to pull your hair. The old man is the breathing thing.
Yeah.
But the kids are playing.
Yeah.
It's playful. It's not vicious, nasty shit.
No, I didn't feel any bad feelings from that at all.
And when that happened, did you just continue working?
I freaked out for a little while and stopped, and then told Mel what happened, and then we sort of went back to it, and every now and then you'll hear some creaking floorboards and a little bit of playfulness. But yeah.
If Jess speaks to these young children, would they up the activity? Saying,
No,
"Oh,
not
yippee."
necessarily, necessarily they're not necessarily aware of her. If she was to talk to them, they're not necessarily aware because we're on different dimensions here.
But they are aware of her hair.
Oh yeah.
So how does that work then?
Because they're jumping in and out.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Well,
Because we're in their dimension, but we're an overlay of theirs.
okay. Right.
Like the house up here and the people that are in the house are functioning and doing their thing while we're doing our thing simultaneously.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's almost like a rift. They're through a rift, a moment, a rift in the time, and they're able to come in and say, well, let's pull her hair. Because she's there.
Right, okay.
In some ways, you're freaking them out because you're out of time and out of place. What the hell are you doing in our space?
Yeah.
So we're going to touch her and see if she's real.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay. Next time, just say hello.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jess.
Thank
And if
you.
ever you hear the giggling, that's what it is.
Okay, that's good to know.
Now this is different in here. Oh, it's quite hot in here.
I feel cold.
Now I'm getting really, really hot over my back. Now it's icy cold.
What does heat mean?
Yeah,
A touch?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a touch on the shoulder here.
Right, Dan was just touched and you felt
It's
nothing.
here.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's really hot.
If you're touching Dan, can you touch me? I wish to experience that as well.
You can do it. Go ahead. Shifted.
So,
It was hot.
is that the old gentleman?
No. This is
Young
this is
kids?
no, this is a woman. This is a woman. Isn't
A
it?
woman not from downstairs?
Not from downstairs.
Wow, busy little hotspot this one.
That's a video of stuff, right?
This building's been here
A long time.
1890?
Yeah.
Easy.
That's just turn around and I'll show you. That was a hand just there on my shoulder like that.
Ah, okay. Oh, we're coming this way?
Now we're going, this is cold.
Yeah, I can physically feel the cold here.
It's cold in here. There's separate groups of people here. That's what I'm getting. Separate groups of people.
And they're happy to be here doing their thing.
Yeah, they're busy up here though. In here they're busy. I don't know what they're doing. What the fuck are you lot doing?
Oh, so it's just not a woman here doing busyness.
No, there's other people in there now. About 2 or 3 people in there.
All right, we could be attracting spirits by action.
No, what it is, I'm saying that it's busy. They're shifting things, storing things and putting things away, that kind of stuff. They're busy.
Oh,
We're
right.
in their workspace right now.
Okay.
So it's changing from a residence into workspace. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when we were down there in an older time, that is residence. The children are in residence. This in here is busy work, productive, and we're in the way.
Could be the dispensary for the pharmacy.
Yeah, it could be. Right, so who have we got? We've got the two kids. We've got the old man dying of the breathing difficulties. We've got the woman in the first storeroom who's very warm. Really nice person, actually. And then there's the busyness. So there's time overlays here.
Okay.
There's a lot happening. But it likes it when there's a business in the building that's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Productivity.
Yeah.
You know, and don't like lazy people working here.
Yeah.
No. That's interesting.
Would
That's the woman downstairs. Can't abide lazy people.
Would she actually push someone if they're lazy, or would she would interact?
Actually, she would. What she does, and it's been regardless of what business has been here, a bookshop or whatever it is, whatever's been in here, she's the one that would annoy them.
Okay.
Annoy them and give them the heebie-jeebies in the building when they're working.
Definitely yucky feeling up here. There's a sadness here. There's a sadness here, but the strongest energy is back there. This person on their knees, crying, feeling like the life's been ripped out of them. I definitely feel there's voyeurs, as you would call them, up here.
Voyeurs, what's that mean, John?
It means they like to look down the little holes that
Oh, yes.
through the floor to see what's going on underneath. It's equated to there, but it's around about here. There is her top. You can see her face in here, but I could draw you her face. It's not going to win any Archibald Prize.
So as far as the activity goes, since XRealm came in, it's ceased. As far as like any sort of bad vibe or good vibe or different energy upstairs, we haven't noticed anything.
Well, thank you for watching another episode of XRealm. This episode I find intriguing because we did an investigation in the shop right next door. The other shop we did in number 2. There was a war dividing this shop and the other. The spirits that were in this shop were totally different to the shop that was next door. Spirits are restricted in where they go. This can depend on the reason they're there, living a life that they chose to live in a time loop going over and over again. What makes these spirits stay there is a myriad of reasons. They're trapped there due to feelings that they had when they were living. Emotions, trauma, joy, bliss, vengeance, unfinished business. It's quite interesting, the whole dynamics of it all. Most of the time, when you acknowledge that there are spirits there, and you can listen to what they're about by using a medium or an empath who give you some insight, they move on. When a spirit connects with a living person in an insight where we use mediums or an empath, some sort of revelation happens, I feel. Because if there's interaction, they have to acknowledge that they are a spirit.
that the dead realises that they're passed when they're actually communicating with someone else. And in that process of them realising that they're dead could be what's required for them to move on. Makes me think that a lot of places, downtown, in business, busy streets, marketplaces, they've got this spirit world where other spirits are living a certain life. When you go down the street, you might pass many spirits, but you're not aware of it. And you don't need to be aware of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. XRealm.